Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to this video. My name is Chris. I'm a creative entrepreneur, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about the two most important roles in business, or the only two roles in business, essentially, being a visionary or being a builder. And specifically, if you guys are watching this video, I'm going to guess that you are more of a visionary than a builder, because law of attraction and essentially like creative entrepreneurs are more the visionaries and we're less of the builders. And when we tend to try to build, that's when we burn out. That's when it's not sustainable. That's when we get kind of depressed and exhausted and we're like, what's going on? Like, I got the vision. What am I supposed to do with that? And that's what we're going to talk about today too. And I will talk about both sides, because in being a visionary, it's really important to understand the foundations of a builder so you know what to look for. So let's get started. Number one, if you are a visionary, you are somebody who is highly creative. You can pretty much come up with solutions on the fly. You're intuitive, you're sensitive, you get visions and just random ideas pop in your head. And you probably failed with this early on and you're like, I gotta build all these myself. Or you couldn't find people to build them with and you're like, I'm gonna do it all myself. And then you found yourself burnout, exhausted, and I was like, but you gave me this vision. What was I supposed to do with it? And if that's you, what you're supposed to do with it was find a builder to build with, because the most successful businesses, essentially like the founders, will be visionaries and builders. And then let's talk about builders. So builders are the opposite of the visionaries. They're less creative, they're more logistical, and they're more analytical. And what they're good at is simply just sitting down and grinding and doing the work. And if you break this even out to spirituality, like visionaries are more projectors, while your builders are more your manifesting generators and your generators. And if you guys don't know what that is, just let it go. We'll keep moving on. So, but the builders are so important because they aren't creative or as creative as the visionaries. Like, they're here to work and they're really good at working and they actually get energy from working. Whereas if you're a visionary, when you capture the vision and you try to build it, you're going to burn out and exhaust quicker, because you're just meant to essentially be a channel or this funnel of ideas and share them with the world. And so in order to build a successful business, if you're the visionary, you need to find the builders to fulfill the role. And in some cases, there are people who kind of sit in the middle and they can flip from visionary to builder. And this is something where I think I sit, and I wouldn't believe it's 50-50. It might be 50-50, but essentially I could see it as like 60-40 is a good one for reference here, because essentially like I'm more gifted as a visionary and I can build, but I can't sustain building for as long. But sometimes it's really nice for me to come out of this visionary state. Maybe you can relate to this. To come out of this visionary state when it's gassed up, say it's at 100, 0 to 100, it's at 100, and then I can use some of that energy to start building. But as I pull from that visionary energy and start building, the visionary energy drains down, and then I need to return back to a visionary and capture more ideas. So this would be essentially, if you're self-sustaining this model, you're essentially pivoting from one to the other, which is kind of difficult, right? Because you're flipping. But essentially, as you use some of that visionary juice, you start building, then you're going to return to a visionary, and then you can pivot, and then you can essentially build something over a longer duration of time. And that could be the benefit of this too, is in finding a builder, it allows you to sit in that full visionary mode where you can continually be creative, you can continually capture, you can continually create. And then this person over here is essentially, I don't know why I keep putting them down here, they're more grounded, maybe that's why. But then whoever you pass it on to, your builders, like, they're essentially just putting it into motion with you. And then before you know it, you guys are like, oh my God, like, we built a really successful business. How did we do this? And it essentially takes the element of teamwork. And just for overall like analysis of this idea, more of your visionaries in the corporate world are CEOs. And I don't know if you guys have ever worked with CEOs. I have. I was really excited. I was like, I can't wait to meet these people when I started working with CEOs. And then I was like, these people are all over the place. Like, how are they the top of the business? And then it essentially started making sense. Like, they're the ideation of the business. They're the people who come up with these crazy ideas, and then they let the people around them like analyze and see if they're practical to build into a business. And it takes somebody like that at the top who can like literally capture these visions and bring them to the people, because otherwise the people at the bottom are like, yeah, we're just doing the stuff, building this, but we don't know what to do next. And then they turn to the CEO, or the CEO comes to them and is like, guys, I got this idea. What if we did this? And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's practical, sometimes they're like, that guy's so aloof. But really the true value in this video is understanding which one you are, so that you can double down that power, and then you can attract the people around you to do the opposite. And in doing that, you're bringing together, like in spirituality, the full masculine, feminine. Like, you got the creative, you got the hard worker. And in doing so, you're going to create a successful business that'll be extremely profitable. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Peace out. Have a nice day.